Give me some. Don't you say? Give me some. Damn, give me some. Let's work. What you say? Work. What you say? Work. What you say now, break? Damn, give me some.
Like 6 in the morning, we got the cornflakes, Ciroc and lemonade going. You know, everybody just chilling. You know, you dig? Boom. Man, let me show you. We got the fireplace jumping off. It's the after hour. I gotta go upstairs and do what I do. Alright?
They call them fun boys. They'll say, we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta. Bro, Busta Rhymes wanted him in his section so bad. Like, what? Pulled him to the section, like through the rope, and tucked him off in the corner. So I'm looking like, well, he ain't come with us.
One day I came to Daddy's house, and Diddy and Q-Tip and Big Fat Joe and them was in the studio. They was really like losing their mind in a crazy way. Like it was the most incredible reinvention.
If y'all thought that the feds were done with Diddy, you better think again, because according to Jaguar Wright, they are now going after some of his industry connections in an attempt to get them to turn on Diddy. And Busta Rhymes is allegedly one of the first people to flip on Diddy, and he flipped hard. And before y'all come at Busta for being a snitch, it wasn't exactly his fault, because according to Jaguar, he was pretty much blackmailed into doing so by the feds. They allegedly got dirt of him being on the DL, and it is not looking good. A few months ago, Busta Rhymes' former bodyguard, Big Homie CC, dropped some bombshell revelations about his ex-boss. According to him, Busta had been into fun boys for years, and this wasn't exactly a secret. In fact, whenever he rolled through, now things just got even messier. The latest rumor floating around is that there is supposedly footage of Busta and Diddy at one of Diddy's notorious parties, engaging in what some are calling a full-blown freak-off with multiple men that Diddy allegedly paid to be there. Jaguar Wright has now entered the chat, claiming that federal investigators have witnesses who accused Busta of making unwanted advances. These individuals allegedly said that he pressured them into partying with him, but not in the usual drinks and music sense, more like in the Diddy's secret after-hours activities kind of way, with all eyes already on Diddy and his alleged antics. It's looking like Busta might be the next one in the hunt of dialogue and dropped some serious allegations. He didn't sugarcoat a thing outright, calling Busta zesty, and claiming the rapper had a long history of eyebrow-raising encounters with young men during his prime. Big Homie made it clear that while this might come as a shock to some, it was far from a secret in certain circles. According to him, those in the industry, especially club promoters, had been aware of Busta's alleged preferences for years. Whenever he was set to make an appearance at a party or event, promoters supposedly made sure everything was arranged to his liking. That meant having a selection of attractive young men on standby in the VIP section, ready to keep him entertained for the night. These claims, if true, paint a very different picture of the public persona Busta has maintained over the years. While he has always presented himself as hyper-masculine and aggressive, particularly in his music and public appearances, Big Homie's allegations suggest there was a whole other side to him that was carefully kept out of the spotlight. And if the industry really knew all along, it raises the question how much more has been swept under the rug.
I seen you talking about Busta Rhymes before.
Oh, yeah.
In some of your videos.
Oh, yeah. Super zest monster. For sure, bro. That's my thing, bro. Like, this been common knowledge, though. Like, all my promoter homies would always say, man, you know, we gotta bring some, we gotta bring some, what they call them, I'm not gonna say it on here. They call them fun boys. They'll say, we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta. Cause you know, I bodyguarded for Ghostface before, you feel me? And being around him, you hear things, you feel me? I'm like, damn. And my auntie like the biggest Busta Rhymes fan, you feel me? Like every cookout she playing it, all his little fast rapping, all of that, him and Craig Mack playing.
But oh, the tea gets even hotter. Big Homie CC, he didn't stop there. He went on to spill details about a particular night in the club that involved actor and model Don Benjamin, along with one of Dan's friends who happened to be gay. According to Big Homie, The moment Busta Rhymes laid eyes on this guy, it was like a switch flipped. Suddenly, it was game on. Big Homie claimed that Busta's energy shifted the second he spotted the man, and from that moment on he was fully locked in. Apparently, Busta made it a point to engage, giving off a vibe that was anything but casual. Big Homie suggested that the rapper wasn't just being friendly, he was allegedly making his interest very clear. Big Homie claimed that Busta didn't hesitate for a second. He his VIP section and made sure he stayed right by his side. According to him, Busta was all over the man, keeping him close the entire night and making it clear he wasn't about to let this one slip away. But if you thought this was just a one-time thing, think again. Big Homie revealed that this was far from an isolated incident. In fact, he claimed it was a well-known routine. Anytime Busta hit up the club, promoters allegedly knew exactly what to do: find the most attractive young men in the building and send them straight to his section. Once Busta had his sights set on someone, it was a wrap. He wasn't letting go.
My soul, I'm out with a group of people. At this time, I was with Don Benjamin. You familiar with him?
No, I never heard of him.
Model dude, like a model guy. He be doing like some rapping and stuff. His name Don Benjamin. I'm out with Don Benjamin, and the club we ended up going to, Busta Rhymes in there. So it was a little lawyer guy that was with us. And the little lawyer guy we was with, you know, he was a gay dude, super cool, feel me, good guy. Bro, Busta Rhymes wanted him in his section so bad. Like, what? Pulled him to the section, like through the rope, and tucked him off in the corner. So I'm looking like, well, he ain't come with us. But I know he was in the little group. So if I go out with somebody, like a group of people, I try to make sure everybody get there together and leave together. No, he stayed with them. He stayed in there with them, bro. For sure, bro. You ain't never heard about this before, have you? Bro, this common knowledge, bro. Like, if you in the mix, bro. If you in the mix, like I've been in the mix.
And just when you thought the tea couldn't get any hotter, Big Homie took it up another notch. He claimed that Busta couldn't stop raving about how cute the guy was, making it crystal clear that he was feeling him. Once Busta had him in his VIP section, there was no chance he was letting him go. According to Big Homie, Busta was practically glued to the man's side the entire night, making sure he stayed put. Every move he made, Busta was right there, locked in and fully engaged. It wasn't just casual party chatter. Big Homie suggested that Busta's interest was intense and undeniable.
So, I hear somebody say, oh, he's cute, I want him. So when I heard that, I turned around like, man, did he just say that? Man, you got all this jewelry to attract some men in here? You wild. Shocked me. But sure enough.
And that was the guy that Busta Rhymes pulled back?
He pulled him into the section. Pulled him into the section, and then they walled him off like this man. I'm like, damn. And that little dude was so happy. He couldn't believe that. He was shocked.
But Big Homie wasn't done spilling. He claimed that most people in the industry had been aware of Boo's preferences for over a decade. When asked why no one had ever put him on blast, Big Homie had a simple answer. Everyone wanted access to that exclusive VIP section. According to him, being in Busta's circle came with perks, and a lot of folks were willing to stay quiet just to keep that access. Then Big Homie dropped something even more eye-opening. He alleged that Busta had a long history of snapping at women, a pattern that somehow never got much attention. While Busta's aggressive outbursts toward men were well documented, his behavior toward women seemed to fly under the radar, and according to Big Homie, hinted that like many men who live on the down low, Busta could be harboring some resentment toward women, whether it stemmed from personal struggles, internalized issues, or something else entirely. Big Homie suggested that Busta's alleged attitude toward women might not be just a coincidence. It could be a reflection of something much deeper.
How long has it been like this known about Busta Rhymes?
Well, I knew about this like in 2012. I knew about this in 2012.
How come you think nobody else speaks up on it or says anything?
Because, bro, these people admire these people so much. They want to make sure they in the section, they at the club, they at the video shoot, they can get backstage. That matters most to them. That matters so much to people. It's crazy. Like, but if you notice, like, it's countless videos of Busta Rhymes getting mad at females for just being girls. This girl touched him one time, he go crazy, throw a drink on her and everything. See what I'm saying? Like, what? Why you getting mad at females? You go to these guys, they in the club, go to their section. It's all men in the section. That ain't weird to nobody. I'm going to the bar, sorry. Text me if it get dangerous. But there's all this club security in here, like nothing's finna happen. Nobody wanna kill you guys, bro. Like, when I get jobs from people who really got a threat on their life, I move way different. But man, you ask, bro, anybody that's in the mix, bro, like you know, bro, most of these dudes, bro, putting on a major act. They don't wanna be themselves.
It's crazy.
They'll get mad at you for buying bottles of champagne to get a girl. They'll get mad, oh, we don't want these bottle rats in our section. What are we here for? Why are y'all here then? What are y'all here for? Just cause y'all got booked to be here, okay, but sometimes they not booked. They just in there. So, and what they looking for, it ain't gonna be what you thinking of, on God, seen it.
And if you think this is just one ex-bodyguard trying to stir the pot, think again. There's actually a whole lineup of men who have come forward over the years with their own jaw-dropping stories about Busta Rhymes. Take social media personality Trip Ollie. For example, back in 2020, he posted a video on his YouTube channel claiming that Busta tried to pick him up while he was walking through Nice on his way to a Halloween party. According to Trip, the rapper didn't waste any time making his interest known, and the whole interaction left him stunned. Trip's story raised quite a few eyebrows at the time, but it quickly got swept under the rug, just like most rumors about Busta's alleged nightlife escapades. But now with big homie CC,
I'm walking, New York City, going to a club. It was Halloween weekend, everybody was out. And it was this party we was going to, me, my boy, and his friend that had came in from Detroit. Friend that had came in from Detroit, and I'm walking across the street and Busta Rhymes just grabbed my hand and he holding my hand. Now I ain't know it was Busta at first. Busta Rhymes tall. I'm sure I came up to about right here, so the first thing I noticed was this big flip mode chain that was blinding me. So I look at the chain and I look up, I'm like, oh, what's up, Busta? What's up? Now he holding my hand the whole time. I'm like, what's up, man? He like, what you doing? And I was like, oh, me and my people, we about to go to this club around the corner. What's up, man? And then I noticed throughout my peripheral vision, the side eye, this big bodyguard in black. Just standing there, looking around, looked at me, still looking around. Meanwhile, Busta still got my hand in his hand.
Trip Ollie recalled that Busta invited him to join his VIP section at a club. And at first, Trip was all in thinking it was just going to be a regular night out with the usual party vibes. But little did he know things were about to take a very unexpected turn. Once Trip made his way into the VIP, he said Busta's behavior shifted fast. What seemed like an innocent invitation quickly turned into a much more intense situation with Busta's actions, making it clear that this wasn't just about hanging out. Trip claimed that Busta's advances came on strong, catching him completely off guard. Instead of a typical night of partying and mingling, Trip found himself in an uncomfortable position, one he wasn't expecting from the moment he...
And he says, I'm about to go in this club. We got a section, you can come in with me if you want. And I'm like, word, for real? Like, that's what's up. Like, he was like, yeah. I was like, well, I gotta, tell my people. I was like, I come in, you know what I'm saying? He was like, okay, just let me know, tell them that you coming in there to meet with me and come on up. And I was like, bet. So, of course, I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? Busta Rhymes is one of my favorite artists of all time. And back then, I was really on my rap.
Things took a wild turn when Tripp got into a heated argument with his friend who wasn't exactly thrilled about the idea of hitting up Busta's party. The disagreement quickly escalated into a full-blown physical fight, leaving Tripp so shaken that he decided to ditch the whole club plan altogether. But that wasn't the end of it. Tripp's KN took a further twist when his friend's reckless behavior led to them getting stranded in the middle of nights, with no way to get home honestly. Though maybe his friend did him a solid, who knows what kind of chaos could have gone down if Tripp had actually made it into Busta's VIP section, with everything that's said about those nights behind closed doors. Maybe it was a blessing in disguise that things went left what was supposed to forward to 2021. And the rumors about Busta Rhymes were swirling once again, with whispers that he was back on the prowl, allegedly trying to pick up men. The streets were talking. But things took an even juicier turn when the paparazzi supposedly caught Busta leaving a gay pride event with a transom, adding more fuel to the already blazing fire. This moment sent shockwaves through the media, raising more questions and fueling speculation about Busta's private life with the paparazzi snapping photos. It was hard for him to deny the attention he was drawing. The timing couldn't have been more perfect for the rumors to resurface. And now with this added sighting, the story only seemed to grow bigger and more complex. Let's set the record. Serious concerns, but that's not even the whole story. There's also his history of getting physical with others over what seem like trivial matters. And that's where things get a little more troubling. Boa's legal troubles date back to 2006, when he allegedly put paws on a man for spitting on his car. That incident wasn't just left in the past. Later that year, prosecutors even tried to charge him with possession of a weapon connected to the altercation. And here's the kicker: Billboard reported that Busta had a machete in his vehicle. The whole situation added even more layers to his already chaotic reputation. While people have been focusing on the rumors about his private life, this violent streak and his tendency to escalate after allegedly roughing up his former driver over a money dispute, Busta eventually pleaded guilty to the charges and was handed 3 years of probation. But the drama didn't stop there. In 2009, the New York Post reported that Busta was forced to pay $75,000 to a fan who claimed Busta threw water bottles at him and had his bodyguard punch him in the face. The story was wild, especially when you hear the fan side. According to him, he wasn't even causing any trouble. He said he was just trying to leave Busta's concert after discovering that Fabus wasn't going to perform as he had hoped. As he was heading out, Busta apparently lost it, telling the fan get down and asking, "I'm not good enough for you." That's when things 2 more bottles at him. And then just when you thought it couldn't get worse, his bodyguard stepped in and punched the fan right in the face. The fan later filed the lawsuit, which led to Busta's hefty payout. Knowing Busta's temper, it honestly makes a lot of sense why he's been tight with Diddy all these years. Their shared anger issues and fiery personalities seem to create a bond between them that's hard to ignore. But beyond their volatile tempers, it appears that Busta and Diddy might have something else in common: a taste for much younger men. You've already heard Big Homie CC's claims that Busta often had his crew scout out young guys to bring back to his VIP section. Well, if that wasn't enough, the rumors keep piling up now. There's word on the street that footage is making the rounds online showing Diddy and Busta in a wild freak-off session with a group of male adult workers. And just to add another layer of drama to the situation, a couple of months back, Orlando claims he said on camera that he had hooked up with several big-name rappers, including Diddy, Busta Rhymes, Drake, Bow Wow, and a few others. Now, we all know Orlando Brown isn't exactly the most reliable source with his history of substance use and a string of wild antics. Many fans have been quick to dismiss his claims, brushing them off as just another one of his bizarre rants. When he first started dropping these shocking allegations about the music industry, most people just shrugged, thinking it was typical Orlando behavior. But here's the twist.